we have to talk about Ted Cruz. The ultimate alpha male. Strong, powerful. Looking at him is like eating a handful of wasabi, you know? It burns. But other people love to hate on Ted Cruz for no reason. Like on Memorial Day, when Teddy went to cheer on his Houston Rockets wearing a shirt that can only be described as an uncircumcised turtleneck. Yeah, spot on. And now people are blaming him just because the Rockets missed a record 27 three-pointers in a row and lost. No way. It's not like every time James Harden shot a three, he saw Ted Cruz, vomited in his own mouth, and then threw the ball blindly into the crowd. See, when you're as disliked as Cruz, it's hard to stay in politics. But trust Ted to figure it out.
The Ted Cruz campaign is taking some heat for fundraising mailers that it has been sending out to voters. The envelopes are marked summons enclosed, open immediately, and they suggest that perhaps you're supposed to be due in court. The San Antonio News-Express has criticized the mailer, saying that it's meant to look like a legal threat.
Oh, it's a brilliant trick. The disappointment of jury duty is cunningly replaced with a much deeper disappointment that you opened a letter from Ted Cruz. Now, here to help us get inside Ted's head is citizen journalist and master tactician Tim Baltz. Tim, answer me this. Why is Ted Cruz doing this?
He's ruthless, Jordan. And when you're as much of an alpha male as Ted Cruz and I are, people naturally dislike you. They'll say, "You're being way too aggressive," or, "Sir, we've told you you're not allowed back at the Sherwin-Williams location." But if you're that disliked and still want to be popular, then you have to resort to today's tactic, Trojan horsing. Tim's tactics, Trojan horsing. See, what Ted Cruz and I know is that you can Trojan horse yourself into anyone's heart using fear. After all, Jordan, friends are just enemies who you haven't electronically stolen money from yet.
I know that. It was a mistake to give you my PayPal password.
You didn't. I just watch you relentlessly. See, this fake summons letter isn't the first time Ted Cruz has Trojan horsed people into tolerating him. Back in 2016, he did the same thing in Iowa when he sent out a mailer that looked like a legal violation. What's wrong with a little friendly intimidation? Nothing. Legally. Blink. In fact, that's why I send all my party invites out as threats. Like this invite I sent out for my 4th of July party. It says, "Notice to vacate and head over to Tim's for some ice-cold brews." Or the directions to my Super Bowl shindig that said, "I have your kids." And some artichoke dip. This strategy also works great when someone else is throwing a party at the same time as yours. Just call in a bomb threat, and when they all come running out, you're standing there with a grill full of birds and dogs for all your terrified future friends.
Yep. Tim, that was my niece's christening.
And weren't you so relieved once you realized the bomb wasn't real, but my rented bouncy castle was? That's Trojan horsing. Now, Ted Cruz and I know that life is all about getting people out the door and into your clutches.
Okay, now, do you find people are starting to catch onto this tactic? I mean, Ted Cruz has done this at least twice, and people hate him so much.
Great point, Jordan. That's why you always have to raise the stakes. Get creative. Come up with a secret Zodiac code that you can mail out to the press before you murder again, like Ted Cruz does. Or leave a horse head in their bed that has an invite in its mouth to your adult male quinceañera. Which reminds me, Jordan, this is for you.
There's a horse head in there, isn't there?
The answer is yes, Jordan.
Yeah.
By the way, do you know of anyone that needs a freshly murdered horse body? I invited 200 people to this party, so I have what you might call a lot of horse torsos lying around.
Tim Baltz, everyone. The fight continues.